Hello guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a serious talk. More doctors predicted to leave the NHS or nurses leave hospitals to go to Brisbane in Australia. Why is that? The people are more nice, the people are more friendly. What kind of society are we living in the UK that's that broken? Just a minute, things come off the chair. The people have to leave our society. That's going to put another dent in the NHS. That's going to put another dent in the hospitals, the doctors, the carers. Well, eventually, will the carers decide to leave to go to other places abroad? Or just because they're nicer people and more pay? The NHS used to be so good in the UK, obviously. In a closed door, you could probably hear the tumble dryer making a lot of racket because I'm drying the clothes. And, yeah. It's kind of sad in a way, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? We had such a great system in the UK with helping us with our problems if we were poorly and if we were ill, with our cancer, with our mental health problems, with people that just in general need someone to talk to. And will these psychiatrists go to other countries because they're more nicer, the people are more friendly? Will this happen to our police force across England? Will our police force decide to just have enough in the UK and go to Australia, Brisbane, many places of Australia? This is what this guy's saying, and I don't know if you've seen it on GB News. There's a guy talking about it here. As you can see, there's Nigel Farage. We've got like a broken system, as we all know. Yeah, it makes you think and wonder, will more people just go there to other countries because they get appreciated and people are nicer to them and speak to them more? I'm not missing the point here, like I say. And England just seems to be going downhill. More migrants are coming in, obviously. People should pay their way to come in England, but obviously the migrants have paid their way to the smugglers, obviously. And then they've come into the UK. And then they want to make the UK a mess and a racket and stuff. More news on Wales, where a teacher got stabbed in the neck by a student, and I think the student got done for attempted murder. See where the country's going? Not enough policing, not enough staff, not enough security. They need more security on the airports as well, in case of a terrorist attack. People should have to fear when they walk outside or go anywhere, just for a general walk and relax, that they're going to be threatened or stabbed or harassed, or people don't like them a certain way and they start fights for no reason because they're on drugs or beer, or just people just want to enjoy themselves. That's why I reckon this guy here, as you can see with Nigel Farage, he's gone to another country because of that. People are just not nice in England as they used to be. Probably back in his day, they probably were a bit different than Nigel Farage's day. People were more nicer and friendlier. The system's just broken. And to see that there's more than 15,000 NHS doctors that have left Britain last year. Doesn't that tell you something? Why have they left? Are they sick of the country the way it's going? Are people losing their own minds in the way in the country? Perhaps some of you have seen this programme before and enjoyed it and understand the point. But my point is, we had such a great country and that we're just breaking the system. The system's breaking. There's not enough policing in the country. Well, they're going to get the numbers from? They can't. That's why the crime's going up. Other countries have got less crime and more safer to be. That's why more people are moving away from the UK. I don't know about Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales have their own crimes, but they're moving to a nicer place and a nice environment to bring up their kids and their family. They don't want to be around knife crime or gang culture. That's why they're moving away. Some people would stay up and put up because they haven't got the money to move. Most people, if they had speak up too fast there, I just bit my lip. Most people, if they had the choice, they'd leave this country and don't come back, only visiting friends and family. But it's down to funds and money. So they want you to have a bad time in this country, obviously, because I'll tell you the reasons why. You can see here, that's the NHS thing on the TV, and there we go. Sometimes I could see it on pause. You can see there, if you was changed, Nigel Farage, doctors pocketing 400, so they're getting more money abroad in other countries. Germany and France have got their own doctors things, they're not the same as the UK, but they're never having this problem broke with the NHS. We're only a small country. Germany and France are bigger. We've got this thing in Poland and NATO that's kicking off as well. the Russians are still fighting the Ukrainians. They've put like a thing through is it something like 6.8 billion to the Ukrainians for ammunition and weapons to combat Russia. World War III is going to be happening on the horizon, as we all know. I tried to put this video into words as I'm thinking it, as I'm talking, if you can hear me now. Sometimes it takes me a long time to do a video. Sometimes it doesn't. I can just come in, click of the fingers. But to hear this news here, I'm sure some of you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen are probably disappointed and think, well, to yourself, what on earth's happening to our great country that we used to know and live in? It's just going downhill. Not the same as it used to be. Are all the people lost in this world that we're in our country, and can't help us? What do we have to defend for ourselves? You know what I mean? This is why people walk around with knives and guns to protect themselves and want to be safe in their own personal space. Will the gangs in this country, across Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales and England, team up eventually like the police and the army do? Will they have to bring in more army again into London? Remember when these attacks happened? More army was called in, more policing. Our country's not going to be safe. Well, eventually, most of the police forces in the UK carry guns instead of tasers. Only the armed response do in certain areas. But all of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the police all have guns. A bit like France, really. France all has guns as well, and any other country like America. America. There's just a lot going through my head at the minute, as you can tell. I'm trying to get my words out of edgeways and explaining the world the way it is. How can we be so lost in our system that people don't want to be here? The only people that want to be here is the migrants that are coming over. Everybody else is just leaving the country, which is very sad. You watch the police forces start to leave to other countries because they get more pay or appreciate the people more. And the fire service, that's it. That's what's going to happen as well. Then we'd have to have volunteers to go in the fire service and the police just to get the numbers back up. Then the army would have to come in. But they lead to other countries. Oh, it's just all a mess. Then you get these things in your head when you think, well, imagine the police forces having in the sky jets to protect people, like the army. Imagine the police forces having helicopters in the sky and bomber planes. Imagine the police forces having them, and the security guards having bomber planes and jets. For the police forces, it all kicks off in the UK when eventually, they have all these weapons and boats. Police having boats, which they do, guns on the boats. Police having tanks eventually, like the army. All kicking off eventually with NATO and Russia, and you'll see all the planes in the sky that come over to protect us. France and Germany as well. Probably Switzerland. You'll just see all the boats in the water, like D-Day, World War I, World War II, which will be happening in 10 years' time. I thought I'd put the video out there. Will it happen? Will it not? Is it just a dream? It didn't happen in World War I and World War II. Different time zone then. Different planes, different tanks, different era. Olden days. What I'm trying to say is, we'll see the planes, as I'm pointing up there, flying in the sky eventually. And we will see just chaos. Will it happen? It's bound to. We've had all sorts of things that have happened over the years. But this is our system collapsing. The World War III is coming. They've said Russia will invade the UK eventually and start bringing people over. Probably dragging people out of their houses, I don't know. Going down their own tanks. We'd have to get our own tanks of our British Army to come in here. Employ more British Army. Put more army bases in the UK, like they did in Northern Ireland in the Troubles. Build more bases, build more things for them to go over. Bring more soldiers over to protect Great Britain, because our army is very small. And most of our army personnel will go to Russia and fight Ukraine and help Ukraine, and France will join in as well. There'll be a lot of soldiers on the road walking up and down eventually. The way the world's going, some people say it will never happen like that. You can't allow it. Well, get more people in the armed police as well. That's another thing. The armed police having armed things to protect the country too. More army on the airports, more army on the streets. Is it going to be lockdowns again? This is what I'm thinking in my head. Remember, all the other lockdowns weren't very good. We all know. So, how long am I on the phone for? About 10 minutes I've been on the phone. Probably going to take up a lot of memory on this phone, so I may have to end the video. Talk about something else. Obviously, I'm speaking to myself now, as you can see, and then I'm speaking to a people illusion. People will be watching. I just don't know where this country's going, to be honest. I really don't. Perhaps some of you may know or don't know. I don't want to say. We need to just build up more army bases. We could build at least 400 army bases in this country, or 1,000. Or we could get our soldiers boosted up into England from NATO. That could boost it up. The Gurkhas to like 1.4 million soldiers in the UK. We're never going to get them numbers. Other countries have got a bigger army force. Like Russia and China and India. Big forces. Like I say, will they come over here as well? North Korea and China. You'll start seeing them in the sky of the UK as well. Everything's just going to push to England and come to England. Big kickoff. Their planes in the sky, it's going to be chaos. You know, all of NATO will come to the UK and protect the army bases around the UK. You'll see NATO outside walking down the streets. France, Germany. Will Ukraine join in eventually when their war's finished? In Russia, when we finish their war? It will just all kick off here, so that everything's going to kick off here. Everything will be kicking off in Russia and Ukraine, still probably the same. China, North Korea, Taiwan, all them things will kick off. There's only a matter of time and place, so when will it happen? Some people can predict that. I mean, it's going to come eventually, because you can see this is the starting of World War III. People just, it's like division game, you know. I don't know how to put it in words, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You can see it with your own eyes and yourself. Yep, it's going to happen. War sirens may go off. Who knows? Something will happen. Nobody wants it, but tough. Sometimes we don't want things to happen, but it happens anyway. We can't stop everything. Just the way it can be. Hopefully I can put more things in this video, but we've been on 12 minutes in the video so far. Build more homes for people. They've got the money. And then they want... What really triggered me and annoyed me, like, I figured annoy you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Not Nigel Farage. Richie Sunak is trying to help the country. And then on the other hand, he's trying to take people's money off them. Telling them to get jobs and work. On the other hand, that can cause civil war and problems with other people. Taking the cash off them, the money. Rioting will happen if you start doing that crap. That's why Richie Sunak is worried he's going to lose the election. Will Labour get in? Keir Starmer. I mean, I'm not obviously a fan of Labour. So, none of us are. It depends what you like. The Greens, I mean, they're all different back in the day with different parts of the country. But you tell me what you think about this. Are we really heading for something we're not going to like? And the Rwanda bill and the French not helping and all this malarkey. Anyway, I better go. Thank you for all joining me, and see you in the next video. Take it easy. Peace. Thank you for your time. Peace.